Nearly 43 million Americans are drowning in 1.7 trillion in student debt, including over 3 million Americans over the age of 62. A record-breaking 9 million Americans are now in default on their student loans, meaning that nearly 1 in 4 student loan borrowers cannot pay back their student loans and are at risk of having their wages seized to pay back their outstanding student debt. What is even more outrageous is that many student loan borrowers that receive Social Security payments have been in repayment for decades. Estimated that 1 in 5 Social Security beneficiaries may be eligible for loan forgiveness due to a disability, yet they have been unable to access the forgiveness they are entitled to. As a result, hundreds of thousands of older Americans are needlessly plunged into default on student loans that should already be forgiven. This is a bill that has been proposed by Senator Bernie Sanders. And with this bill, the Stop Social Security Garnishment Act of 2026, what this bill serves to do is to prohibit the federal government from being able to garnish Social Security payments, including Social Security disability insurance from older adults and also from those who receive Social Security benefits. But what is more important is that we're talking about borrowers who are disabled, who may have access to a program, Total and Permanent Disability Discharge, which is a program that allows them to get their federal student loans discharged due to a disability. Let's talk about the program and how this program can be utilized. Before we get into the specifics of the Total and Permanent Disability Discharge Program, what's important is if you have a disability, you're dealing with a disability, is that your records with your doctors is lining up with that disability. Not only just speaking about the disability as far as what things you're being treated for, what your diagnosis is, but what that disability limits you from doing. Functionality, what does your disability stop you from doing, especially in an 8-hour work setting? Because with the Total and Permanent Disability Discharge Program, simply receiving Social Security benefits does not automatically qualify you for your loans to be discharged under the Total and Permanent Disability Discharge Program. So we want to make sure that everything that we're doing when we're applying has a full picture, a story. If the Social Security benefits does not allow you to qualify, we have another avenue, which is through a medical doctor certification. What's also important is understanding what type of Social Security benefits that you receive, because if you are dealing with a defaulted federal student loan, certain Social Security benefits are not eligible to be offset by the Department of Education or garnished by the Department of Education. So when we talk about SSI benefits means that a person doesn't even have had to work or even made any payments into the Social Security program in order for them to receive this benefit. SSI benefits are not garnished by the Department of Education, but just because these benefits aren't garnished, if you're dealing with a defaulted federal student loan, we still want to look into the Total and Permanent Disability Discharge Program, because the defaulted loan still creates harm, even if the department cannot technically garnish these particular set of wages or benefits, rather. Now, when we talk about SSDI and Social Security retirement, this is where we get into the benefits that can be offset by the Department of Education, that the Department of Education can garnish, because of the fact that we're not just talking about just the disability, but these particular set of borrowers have paid into the Social Security program. So not only do we have the disability, we have the work credits, and then those payments that have been made into the program.